Good morning everyone, this is Chrissy and welcome to my channel. Thank you for joining me today. I'm sharing my hashtag 52 tags handmade challenge tags for April. Our last one was on Friday and I finished that, so April is done and dusted. This is a challenge hosted by Anne Brooks and her information will be listed below in the description box. This is the first week of April and Anne's prompt for this one was a location and something, what was it? A place or a location and a pocket, and so I chose to stick quite close to home for mine, or very close to home, and mine was my garden. And if you've watched any of my videos, you'll know that we really enjoy the birds, and often in my videos you'll hear them singing, and this music notes here to indicate the bird song and the little bird here. I've done French knots on the music notes and some little decorative stitching around the vine here and the birds. A little bit of slow stitching here, and my pocket has this pressed rose from my garden in it, and I'm also waiting for the birds to leave me a feather, and they haven't done that yet, so when that happens I'll pop a feather in there too. I've done some little lazy daisies here, and this is the garden in French, and I've just done some rustic stitching around it, and I've written on the back for that one. Now this one, Anne's prompt for this week was miniscapes, meaning little mini landscapes, and I have to admit I struggled with this one. I ended up with this little fence line here and lots of reeds and rushes down here, and if you kind of squint you might see a bit of a landscape there, but I wrote on the back of that one, what did I learn this week? Miniscapes are not my thing. My brain doesn't do perspective. I had trouble with the perspective. On a positive note though, what did I enjoy about it? I got to practice my bullion knots and decided I like doing them, and this is a lot of bullion knots down here, so I enjoyed doing those. So that was miniscapes. Next week was seed stitch, and my tags are quite large because I'm using Project Life cards for my tags, so they're reasonably large. There was a lot of seed stitching done here, and I think the aim with seed stitching, I believe, is to try and have your stitches you know, similar sizes, so, and that is quite tricky to achieve actually, but I like the way it ended up. This is, I printed this little girl here, and that's a seed packet, and I've seed stitched all around it with variegated thread and put a old yo-yo on here, so I did like that one. Oh, I've renamed this stitch Every Which Way Stitch, as that is what the stitch is, going every which way. I enjoyed this. My tags, oh yes, and I just wrote about it being quite large, so there was a lot of stitching involved. And last Friday's one was the last one for the month, and it was couching, and using colours that we don't usually use in our work. And I love these autumn toned colours. I don't often use them in my work, so it was a good opportunity. And this may well be my most favourite tag so far. I really enjoyed this one. I've used a lot of different textures and it has a lovely feel. I've used yarns. This bobbly one here is yarn and this feathery one here is yarn. I've used some velvets, I've used some chiffons, I've used some lace, I've used wool blanketing, and I've stitched some random beads here and there, and I've also attached this rustic charm with a rusty pin. So for that one I wrote, this may just be my most favourite tag so far. I really enjoyed using all the different textures of fabric. My tag has an organic, maybe boho feel. And so that was my tags for April. Thank you very much for joining me, and I'll be back in May to show you my tags for May. Bye now.